You don't wanna never count yourself out, make it a great one. Just be sure to leave out the doubt, time to wake up.
Hi, I'm Harrison Tash, author and illustrator of Exit Without Leaving. And the goal of this video is to help you focus so intently on the thing holding you back so that you can scale your business and lead well. So what is the one thing holding you back? I want you to close your eyes. Think about what comes to mind. What needs fixed or developed? Is it a leader in your business that needs invested in order to grow that department? Is it the software that you haven't quite figured out how to use across the board and it's causing inefficiencies? Is it an employee that continues to go against your values and your culture, but you leave them alone because they perform well? And I know you know what I'm talking about. What haven't you learned because it takes too much time? Maybe it's that. I want to focus today really on the one thing. What is the one thing that if you focus so intently on it in the next 30 days, that it would break past all the other barriers for you in your business? That it would be like a domino effect that just led to more success in all other areas in your business. Typically, something comes to mind. So whatever came to mind to you, just keep that in your back pocket as we go through this. I want to talk first about what are the things that we avoid. Why do we avoid the things that we know we need to fix or we need to develop? One, it might be your personality. And I want you to use tools like DISC or something like LiveStyle, these type of tools that help you understand what your personality is and be able to coach yourself on what you gravitate towards and focus on shoring up weaknesses. Another reason might be motivations. You may not be motivated for certain things, and that's according to your personality, but it's a deeper part of it. It's the why behind the what, right? The what is your personality, the why is why you do the things you do. And sometimes the hard things for us are the things that we will avoid. That's no doubt. Here's some examples. Maybe you're a more people-oriented type person. And so as you're more outgoing, it might be hard for you to become analytical, to dive into those details. Or maybe you're the person that loves change and innovation. So it's hard for you to have stability, rhythm, predictability to your schedule, to your calendar. Maybe you have this competitive drive, and so to be harmonious and like have this dialogue and collaborativeness with your team becomes a little hard because you just like to give commands and you like to see action. Of course, I'm not speaking about myself there, but this is starting to resonate. Possibly another reason besides personality or motivations is maybe it's time or commitment. So let's just imagine this is you. You're smiling right now, okay? And in any given day, week, month, we start to have what we call as competing priorities. These are all your priorities that you have to do, right? And as they compete for one another, it starts to get messy. Your priorities are way too many. We all know this as entrepreneurs, as leaders. Your priorities start to look a lot like this. Some seem more bold than others. Some seem more heavy-weighted. And then before you know it, you have no idea what is a priority and what is just taking time. Wow, this looks like an octopus, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this off the screen. But I hope that illustrates that we have so many priorities that sometimes we don't have the time and we haven't prioritized it well. Or possibly if it's not personality or motivations or time or commitment, maybe it's just that we don't know how to fix it. We tried to fix it. We've tried to develop this person. We've tried to fill in the blank, but we just don't know how to continue to do it, or we just haven't figured out the way to crack the nut. Here's what I can say. Fixing and developing things in your business, that one thing that if you get past it, that takes time, that takes commitment, and you can't learn it any other way except for doing it, which means you have to make time commitment to do it. So if you don't know how to fix it, you have to find the people that do. Here's what I want you to do to figure out what that one thing really is and to maybe measure it against all the other competing priorities you have in your life. I want you to put it all on a board. Draw it all out. Write down every competing priority that you think is at top of your list. You might have 5, you might have 10. As you get all those out, I want you to then cross out any of those that are already being fixed. They're already being developed. Typically, you know what I'm talking about here. Then I want you to put a check mark by any of them that have to do with people. I'm telling you that because so many problems that we have in our business fall on either side, people or processes. Now, of course, you have your product as well, the 3 Ps of management, if you've ever heard this before. But let's leave that out and let's just assume that your product is really good. Then I want you to circle any of them that have been on your list for a long time. Whatever you circle, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, these are the ones that I would say are typically probably what came to your mind when I asked you to close your eyes. These are the things that you need to choose from. Now, from there, I want you just to choose one thing. But that one thing, if you go through that exercise and you figure out what that one thing is, you'll have more clarity on what to focus on. Whatever the one thing is for you, hopefully going through some of that exercise will help you pinpoint what it is. Here's what I want you to do next. I want you to decide, is this something that you can figure out or do you need outside help? Listen, the best coaches are the ones that help the best athletes. Even the best athletes need a coach. The best businesses need a coach. So do you need outside help or can you actually figure this out inside? And you're gonna know the answer to this, go with your gut. Then I want you to commit to it for 30 days. Just 30 days. I want you day in and day out to work on it. Make a plan. Chunk out time on your calendar. If you don't know what I mean by this, it means you literally make an appointment in your calendar daily, whether that's an hour, 2 hours, maybe it's even 3 hours, and you're gonna label it as the one thing. And you're gonna figure it out. If you gotta get a team together, if you gotta collaborate, if you gotta get that outside source, if you gotta reach out to people that you know, peer connections, it is the relentless thing that you're gonna do until you develop a solution for that problem. Then I want you to include your team as much as possible. If you wanna go fast, you go alone. But if you wanna go far, you go with many. And that is your team. So you need to include your team and make sure they understand what you're trying to do and what you're trying to find as a solution. Here's the takeaway thought for you today. Your business doesn't need 100 new ideas. You just need one thing that you're gonna focus on intently until you develop a solution for it. It needs your focus and it's not gonna get fixed until you, as the leader, fixes it. Hey, I hope this video was helpful. If you want more resources, reach out to us. Ask to be a part of our online community. We're giving away 50 free seats to be a part of our online community where we meet, we discuss things like this, and we actually give you real advice with real solutions and real resources to help you solve your problems. We'll see you on the next one.
Meet Bob. Bob buys Exit Without Leaving. And that's it. No action, no change. Just another dusty book in the graveyard of good intentions. Bob's business didn't exit. It just left. Now meet Jason. Same book, different story. Instead of using it as a paperweight, he tries the ideas. Wild concept, right? He tailors the principles, teaches his team, and suddenly, boom, growth, freedom, a business that finally works, without him working 24/7. Exit Without Leaving. Not just another business book, the one you actually use. Don't be Bob. Pre-order now. Build healthy leaders. Don't be Bob.